Hello, everyone.
Hi.
And
Welcome to the Crib Twins.
the Crib Twins.
So, I got my laptop today.
Okay.
You can't see it, but can they? Crap, they can.
Yeah, they can see it
Edit
resting
that
on your
out.
chest. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna touch your touchpad. Do you feel it when I touch your touchpad? Do you-
But my mouse does.
Oh, I heard it squeak.
You heard it squizzle.
Ooh, squizzle my nizzle. Why can Snoop Dogg get away with saying stuff like that? And everyone's like, yeah, that's right. That checks out.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
It's
like-
like Snoop Dogg. He just
Is
squints
he?
his
Is
eyes.
he? He's high all the. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's high all the time.
It's gonna be awesome.
Did you see that thing where he was playing Twitch and he didn't know he was muted for like 4 days?
He still had followers.
Yeah, he did.
We're still watching him. Like, yo, you're
Snoop,
on mute.
Yo, Snoop, you're on
Have you
mute.
seen him
And he
react
doesn't
to?
care.
There was a game that he was in where he reacted to his own scene in the game, and he got so ticked off at his own character. He's like, "I'm done with this game," and he rage quit
Really?
right after his
That's
scene.
funny.
All right.
Okay, that was a tangent. That'll be in the before clip maybe.
Maybe
Maybe like a 4-minute long before clip.
it's too long for a before clip.
Probably not. Anyway,
Foreskin.
this week on Mythbusters.
Hold on. I need to tell you something. Jesse just sent me something.
Okay. This week on the Crypt Twins.
Nathan made his first woman joke.
Did he really?
He said, "One small step for women, one big step for men."
Yeah, I guess that counts as a woman joke.
They have small feet.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
take smaller strides.
What up, women? Your feet are small and so are your steps. What? Someone's gonna get offended out of that.
They watch.
It's just a joke. Jokes are meant to be offensive, people.
You're all right. Your panties will become unknotted soon.
Unless you are wearing unknotless panties. Which are the worst kind of panties to
Oh.
wear.
And Michael will help you untie them.
With my toes. Very ambidextrous with my feet. I wasn't gonna say teeth, that's disgusting. That's gross. Who does that? You get out of here.
Alrighty. So let's.
Let's get back on track.
Yeah. Sorry. Do you want to do your?
What? Crypt Twins.
Hey.
I feel like that's a little delayed,
yeah.
considering we're already started here.
True that.
True that, boy.
I'm Adam.
Word up, dog. Oh, down Michael.
Yeah. Remember we didn't do that last time.
No, we didn't. And I definitely didn't clip it in. Like,
did
I
not.
told you I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, I know, which is fine.
Last week we were in the state of Iowa. I was going to say Indiana. We were in the state of Iowa. And we went over a couple different cryptid boys.
The
our
Van
main
Meter monster.
Van Meter monster was our main meat. The dinosaur with a horn.
The river monster. As well. We also did a river monster.
Oh, dude, I thought you were saying that's what the Van Meter was. I was like, no, that's not what that was.
No. The river monster.
The river monster was more like a tortoise that came out and...
was also fake. Just like the Van Meter
Van
monster,
Meter
was
monster,
also
fake. River monster, fake. Black dog's probably real.
Probably real. And
Bigfoot's
also-
probably real. I don't know. Probably not. Gotta match my energy. Probably.
Probably.
Anyway,
So, today.
this week, this day, today, we're in the state of Kansas. We're not in the state of Kansas. Actually, we are in the state of Kansas. Did you notice, by the way, sorry.
Did you notice the dust in the wind?
Yes. No, so, last week, for Iowa's flag has a bird on it.
Yeah.
And I went, look, little bird. Did not plan that at all with Iowa's flag. I had no idea that's what Iowa's flag looked like.
look, a
And
little bird.
my hand was in the
Perfect.
most perfect spot.
Perfectly for it, yeah.
It was great. So that was a good little thing I found when I was editing the video
What's
last.
a Kansas flag look like?
Kansas flag, I think, is it's pretty boring.
Oh, it's blue with the with
With a landscape in the middle.
landscape in the middle.
Yeah, that's right there.
Oh, that's super duper cute.
Oh, dang,
Astra
dog.
per aspera. I hope I did that right.
I don't like
But
where
I
my
went
head was.
this way, like this.
I don't like where my head was in that shot.
You may not have.
You're gross. You're nasty.
You're gross, you
You're
nasty.
so bad.
Okay, so
We got a couple cryptids in Kansas.
really only 4.
Really only, well, yeah, 4 main ones. There's probably other ones we need to, I still want to ask Dad about it. No, he's probably never seen it, but he went to Kansas a lot when we were kids.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he heard.
Do you think he ever saw something, though?
Doubtful.
What if he saw Sam Squinch?
He was in the city.
Sam Squinch.
Also, I can't remember. Was he in Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, the other one?
Oh, yeah. What's that other one that's right next to Kansas?
We don't know geography, so let me talk about something else.
You mean geometry? Stupid
idiot. Kansas City.
Yeah, so the couple monsters that we have we don't really have a river monster for this one, actually, do we?
No, but we kind of have the equivalent.
Yeah, so we have an equivalent.
Missouri's the other one.
That's
There's Missouri
it.
City,
Missouri,
Kansas
Kansas
City,
City.
and Kansas City, Kansas.
And aren't they like right across from each other?
No, they're straight. That's where the line is.
Yeah.
They put it right there.
Yeah, isn't Missouri's right there?
Missouri's right
Kansas
here.
right there. Kansas City and Kansas
I
City.
meant they butt up.
Yeah, that's what I
You
mean.
said,
So it's
okay.
like Kansas City is just split into 2 states.
Yeah.
basically.
So
What were you saying?
I was going to change up my list a little bit. Remember when I said that they have all Sasquatch, some sort of river monster, and a tiny cryptid?
Yeah.
So in the tiny cryptid family, I'm also going to throw in some kind of bird type creature, something with wings, because that's another thing that I keep seeing too. In Arizona,
That's pretty wide now.
yeah.
That's pretty wide.
We got
So it's
4
4
things.
things.
We got 4 things now. Adam's
List
4
it up
list.
real quick. See if you can do it in one go.
Sasquatch, water monster, tiny cryptid, and bird thing.
Okay,
Look at
cool.
that first try.
Yeah, I don't have to edit it twice now. I mean, it was pretty funny doing it the first time.
Shut up.
So, yeah, so we do have a flying monster. We do have a Sasquatch. We do have kind of not really a river monster. Like I said, it doesn't come out of the water, does it? No.
No, it doesn't
Yes?
come out of the. It doesn't come out of the water,
Yeah.
but it's in like a sinkhole.
Yeah,
Sinkhole,
but
which
that's-
is like filled with water. It's not. I don't know, it's not a river monster, but the claim is.
Is it a waterway?
Do you count freshwater caverns as waterways? Would they be for submarines?
I don't know. I mean, if it's got water in it,
Yeah, but how do you get out? The sinkholes.
the sinkholes.
Apparently.
The other ones.
So the
What was
first
the fourth one?
fourth
the
one-
B-Man. What was that?
pterosaur. So B-man, Bayman. I don't know. It's
Beyblade, let it.
It's basically a Sasquatch. It's exactly what it looks
So
like.
there's a Sasquatch and there's B-Man. B-Man.
It does look like it says Bayman.
It does say
right?
it says Bay.
Bay.
You're my Bay.
You're my bay.
Oh
So
my gosh, Bay. Let's go to Starbucks. Can I wear your Ugg boots to Starbucks?
what's the name I gotta write on the cup? Just put my bay on it.
my
Sir,
gosh,
I'm not doing that. I will give
My
you
Bay or
$5 for tip.
Frappuccino is out here.
It's just like, I've got a frozen
Macchiato.
mocha for my bay. Excuse me, you didn't say it right.
You don't say it right. Have you ever seen that?
Bye.
Have you ever seen that clip? It's from I don't know what movie it's from, but and I don't know the actor's name, but it's Daryl from The
Walking
Office.
Dead? Oh.
No, it's Daryl from The Office.
Which one's Daryl?
He's the
I know.
warehouse guy.
The warehouse guy.
So he's a barista, and a guy comes up and he goes, he's talking. Daryl is talking to another person, and a customer walks up to the cashier and he goes, "Can I get a medium coffee, black?" And he goes, "Hey, we're talking white." It's a white dude. Funniest thing. Like that would throw me off so bad. I'm just like, oh,
So it's like
yeah,
that now.
okay,
huh?
yeah.
That's funny.
My bad. And then do you double down on it? And he goes, "No problems, Black, my bad." And you just walk off. Like,
They'd be like, oh, that just means he's weird. All right.
yeah. That would
Okay.
be funny.
So let's get on. We're off topic.
Get on to the assumptions of this state. What do we got going on in Kansas?
I had the wiki pulled up. It talked about the landmass and everything. But now everything's pulled up with that stupid guy's name.
Land mass.
Kansas.
How big is Kansas?
I don't know, but apparently it's super flat.
Kansas is really flat?
I think so, yeah. If I remember right. It's like one of the flattest states in the country. Kansas wiki.
I thought we were the flattest state.
No, we've got hills and such.
You know, we actually have a pseudo mountain.
Where?
Well, they call it a mountain, but it's a hill.
Where is it?
No, somewhere south. I like throwing out random.
Okay,
facts.
so here we go. This is the area. Total is 82,278 square miles. Of that, 81,759 square miles is land, and there is only 520 square miles of water. Inman Lake is one of the largest lakes still today in Kansas. I did read that as well.
The largest. That's the largest lake in Kansas,
That supposedly
or it's the largest lake
in Kansas.
around.
If it was the largest lake around, it would be half of Kansas would be underwater because like the Great Lakes are much bigger.
Got you. And one of them is salt. We found out last week.
Yeah, which one is salt? What?
Which one of the Great Lakes is a salt lake?
Yeah. Oh, the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah.
The one that I
The one that, yeah, I thought.
actually showed you had salt in it.
No, that wasn't what you were showing me. You were telling me that it gets.
I was talking about the salt flats.
I was talking about the salt. I thought we were both talking about the salt flats.
No. Well, the salt flats also have a little bit of water on them.
No, they do not.
Yes, they do. That's why they look reflective.
That's a mirage, dog.
No, there's also water on them too. Jess's brother has gotten his truck stuck out there before, doing stuff out there and going. Anyways, so the first monster. Do you want to go into the monster now, or do you want to?
Oh well, I was gonna say is about Kansas. It's really it's broken down into two geography kind of types, geographic regions. We've got the Till Plains and the Great Plains. So, yeah, you're right. It's pretty flat.
It's pretty flat, and there's a
Flatter than a 12-year-old boy.
stupid.
Let's see. Okay, so no. There's no water on the salt flats, but there's water underneath the salt flats.
So what does that mean?
So that means there's water under the ground.
What remains? Wait, it says salty water is extracted from underneath the salt flats or put into tanks. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. There's no water on the surface. There's water below, not like an aquifer, but underneath it.
So does that mean if like you drive over it, the water can come up? Because I've
No,
seen
dude.
pictures.
There's literally people who go out to the salt flats and just drag race, man. You've seen that thing,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I kind of want to even go out there, because you can get onto certain parts of it and just fly if you want to.
That's pretty cool.
So anyway.
Okie dokie.
Michael was right. It's okay. Whatever. Mirages exist.
I'm pretty sure that there is some water on it, though.
There's water everywhere, dude.
Okay, well, thank you for proving I was also right.
That's not.
So
Not
So
the
we know
same.
it's flat. We know it's mostly covered by land, and there's a little bit of water here and there.
Does it have a lot of forests though? Because that's the only reason why I would think.
No,
Sasquatch
it's like
would be
plains and stuff in most of the areas, I thought. Farmland, Great Plains. That's in the northwest, central. It's central and north central Kansas.
there. They do have a forest service. So the only way they'd have there are 5.2 million acres of forest, woodlands, and trees in Kansas.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that occupies 10% of the state's total land area. So 10% only.
Okay, so that makes
So,
sense.
yeah,
That makes
5.2
sense. Then that totally makes sense. Why the
Yeah, well, it's mostly a plain.
well, no, I just mean like the bee monster and the Sasquatch are basically less reported than
Oh yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
Well, I mean, still 5.2 million miles is a lot. 5.2 million square acres. My word, still a lot of area.
2.2 million acres.
5.2
Oh,
million
so
acres.
the forest resources can be described as rural forests, 2.2 million acres, agroforests, which is like, isn't that where like you build stuff, and community forests in home, like near homes and stuff.
Well, it's 95% of the state's rural forest is privately owned. So that'd be like people like with the house in Virginia. They have like 5 acres. and there's
Of
forest on it.
privately. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So and that's what. So given that, I mean, how much? That's just 95% of that. 5.2 million miles.
Yeah.
Not million acres.
yeah.
So that's actually a lot of individuals owning land.
As
You would
opposed to the
think,
state,
yeah. So you'd think it would be more people would
sites.
see it.
Yeah, you'd
because
think
it'd be
so.
right in your backyard.
pretty much. Or it could also be expanses of acres, and there's only a few couple people that
True.
own that
It could be
extreme.
like a 10 square mile or 10.
like 10 acres.
Dude, I can't
okay.
speak. 10 acres.
Like 10 acres to 20 acres per who knows. Well, either way.
So assumptions be there.
Yeah, assumptions I would have if that was the case would be like some kind of
Sasquatch. I want to see.
Yeah. However, what we have found is that our main meat is actually going to be Sinkhole Sam.
Sinkhole Sam is our main meat.
It's our main meat.
How did you get that so tasty? I need that button.
You
I need a button that plays it, and then I just match up the video with it.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Because then we could hear it.
Yeah.
Once where you got headphones in.
How'd you get that so tasty?
One
Okay.
of my favorite segments.
So,
most fun thing to make.
So the story starts around 1952 is when the legend first started appearing.
1942?
1952.
Ah, sorry.
So at this time, Inman, which is the area that it was, Inman City. It was,
Is the city
which
not
is
a county?
no, Inman City in McPherson County.
Okay.
Inman City was incorporated in 1887. It was named after one Henry Inman. Did not look up what he was famous for or why he's important. And at the time, there was 500 people there. And the people that made up this town were mostly just like that.
Perfect.
He was an American
Hold
portrait
on. Nope,
genre.
I'm gonna look it up and make sure that's the right guy. So.
Okay. Just look up Inman City, Kansas.
Oh.
You can literally go straight to it from there. So anyways, around this time in 1952, a lot of the lakes around Inman had started to drain and dry up, and this led to sinkholes being left in the ground. With these sinkholes, they also collected their own water, and apparently in one of them, being the biggest sinkhole around, it was actually named by the Kansas State Department of Transportation as the Big Sinkhole. That's its name.
That's the most backwards
The Big
thing.
Sinkhole. The Big Sinkhole out on yonder.
Don't think that's a Kansas City or a Kansas accent. I don't even know what they sound
I
like.
don't know
out
what
there.
they sound like either.
But
I'm going to make my assumptions, and you're going to like it.
That's
So-
pretty funny, actually.
So the town of Inman was pretty much populated by farmers and tradesmen that just worked around the town. It was a very small town of 500, like I said. And the year is 1952. So they said that this story started with two men fishing, and they saw a giant snake-like lizard inside the sinkhole. Now, a lot of people have been using the sinkhole for fishing because there was so much water left in them that you could find big fish in there.
Okay.
But they didn't expect to see a 15-foot in length and as wide as a car.
15 feet in length and as wide as a car.
Yeah, so basically a bus. Basically a
Dude,
bus.
it's like that thing from, like, we were talking about it earlier. It's like that thing from SpongeBob. The
the Alaskan bullworm.
The Alaskan bullworm.
Except, like, shortened by a lot.
Yeah.
But
But that thick.
So,
Dang, boy! That's a thick boy!
He's thick.
I found,
So-
sorry, I
Oh, did
found
you find him?
Henry Inman.
Okay, so Henry Inman. He was born July 30th, 1837, and lived until 1839.
1899.
1890.
My brother can't read. He was
2 years
old.
And they're like, we're going to name a city after him.
Oh no, he was an American soldier, a frontiersman, and an author. He served in the military during the Indian campaigns, the American Civil War, having earned distinction for gallantry on the battlefield. So he is who.
Oh, dude, go back up.
What's up?
He was a friend and associate of Buffalo Bill, and served under General Custer.
Oh dang, this dude's pretty sick.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, so his parents were his name was Henry Inman, and his father's name was Henry Inman.
Yep.
From the father of Henry Inman. I don't really think so. There's actually a really cool picture here of Pawnee Bill, Buffalo Bill as well.
And Buffalo Jones.
Oh, Buffalo Jones can't read.
Well, Buffalo Bill was there, and Buffalo Jones.
Yeah, I mean he wrote a couple. I mean he worked for a journal, and he was a journalist for this newspaper called The Lurd.
He wrote a book with Buffalo Bill.
That's pretty.
He was a co-author of the Great Salt Lake Trail. He also wrote another autographical book, Story of the Wild West.
Yeah, it looks like he
I'm sorry.
wrote. It looks like he wrote Mexican. Oh, excuse me.
Mexican.
He wrote. Or no, it looks like he did a
Colonel Henry Inman.
picture. He drew a picture.
Mexican Ranch. But
yeah.
because he
Santa Fe Trail. So he also did some art.
That was 2 years before he died.
But yeah, so it looks like he lived a great deal of his life in Kansas, and it looks like when he settled in, it looks like they named Inman, Kansas after him, but it doesn't say kind of when they changed the name.
Yeah, because
excuse me, no, I found that. I'm sorry. They changed the name from can't read that.
Alchem.
It looks like Aiken.
Aiken.
And it was called Aiken, and it was changed to Inman. So it's after Major Inman.
Oh, so he was a major.
He also named the lake. He named Lake Inman after himself. I mean, he did that.
No, he didn't name it. It says he was the namesake for Lake Inman.
Yeah, but back here on his other one, it says
Lake Inman and nearby town were
named for him. Okay.
Yeah,
he was on
the namesake. That means that somebody named it after you.
Anyway, he was on the board of directors as well, so that probably helped. So anyway, that's saying
directors.
That said board of directors, did it?
Yeah, I know. It's just the fact that I don't know. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it was on the board of directors. Okay,
yeah. So that's the history of the city of Inman, where this is held. Also, I don't know. I don't know how that explains them calling that hole the big sinkhole.
It's because it's big. It was the largest sinkhole. So anyways.
What if another sinkhole opened up and it was bigger than that one?
The bigger sinkhole?
No, what if they didn't want to do that and they're just like, dang it! We used up the best name! That would have described it perfectly.
Describe a big thing that's big.
More big!
More big than this. You can't have a lake named More Big Lake.
More Big Sinkhole. My word.
So they dubbed this creature Sinkhole Sam. And it was the greatest monster legend known throughout Kansas at the time. Well, not at the time. But I mean, as the story progressed, it actually got pretty big. Once the story was created and went all over the place, it actually blew up. And the story went down as far as Florida. It went to other states around the area where people were talking about this mysterious landlocked water monster. So in 1952, a seasoned journalist named Ernest Alva Dewey checked him out. Real dude, found his real obituary by the News Herald in Kansas. And he died he was born March 21st, 1905, died 47 years later after a 3-month illness. And
bet you it was tuberculosis.
1953. So 1905, died in 1953. So before that, though, in 1952, he went down to Inman after hearing tales of the creature, even up where he was. And he lived in, I believe he was in Hutchinson at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Hutchinson. He lived in Hutchinson in 1924, and he moved from Lyons, Kansas. So he had been a writer for 28 years at this point. Well, 27. He was a printer, a book reviewer, political columnist. I almost said communist.
He was political communist.
He was a Sunday feature writer, a radio newscaster, a literary commentator, and a historical reporter. So he actually had a bunch of different things under his belt.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was just a random crazy person.
No, he wasn't. But he also liked to have his little fun with people. Like in, I don't remember the year that it said. I have 2 different media options for my stuff. I was trying to write this all down on here, but I ran out of time. He also had another story about a UFO.
A dang UFO.
This UFO, he blamed it on a dragon.
He blamed the UFO on the dragon, or the dragon was the UFO?
He said that the UFO was a dragon.
Right.
And that it was a ball-tailed Snickopus.
What?
Snickhoopus.
Snitchupus.
There's no CKH.
CKH?
Snickhoopus.
Snickopus.
So he liked to have his fun with the locals, I would assume, and with also just making up funny
the US
stories.
As a whole.
Yeah. So I looked up.
And this was you said this was in the 50s, though, right?
1952.
Now, is that when he was alive, or that's when he wrote
This was 1 year before he died.
So he wrote this. Man, what if this was delusions of a dude who was like going through dementia, though?
Well, no, he died.
You said he died in... You said this
He
was written
died
in...
in March. Oh, crap.
Yeah, you said he wrote
So
this
he
in
died... So wait, hold on.
You said he wrote this in 1952, and then he dies in 1953?
Yes.
So, yeah, what if this is just...
Well, 1953... What day? What day? Thursday, January 8th.
Of what?
Of 1953.
So, yeah, he died the
so
next
that
year.
would fit in the time frame of a 3-month illness where it could have been a degenerating disease.
Possibly.
That's crazy.
How old was he at that time?
He was only 47 by the time he died. I mean, he would have, he was 47. But, so anyways, he said that he brought down this guy with him, which I cannot find any information on this dude. A one Dr. Erasmus P. Quattlebaum. Quattlebaum. That is a real name, but not a real person. And one of the websites I was on said that his credentials are about as real as the credentials of the guy from The Wizard of Oz. But nonetheless, he said that this person came with him. And apparently, Quattlebaum was also an expert on the most extinctest creature known to Kansas plains.
Extinctest?
Most extinctest. Was
Real quick, I want to point up something. So, dementia is most common in people over the age of 65, but it can also affect younger people. Early onset of the disease can begin people who are in their 30s, 40s, or 50s.
So he could have.
He could have had some form of dementia. I mean, he could have had the same similar thing that Robin Williams actually had a form of dementia.
Did he really?
Yeah, and that's what ended up really causing him to commit suicide.
That's crazy.
Yes.
I don't like that.
No, it's really sad. I mean, he knew he was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Slowly. But it was not slowly, I guess. Once he got diagnosed with it, he was diagnosed with it. I got to look it up, but he was diagnosed with an illness that people normally have only 2 years to live from.
Yeah.
Once they find it.
That's true.
And he just knew he was on his way out, so he was just like, okay.
Okay, so here's another...
Sorry, that was really sad.
It's
tangent.
okay. It's all right.
What's up? Gonna cry? Maybe.
So this Dr. Erasmus?
Erasmus?
Erasmus.
Arass.
Erasmus.
Yeah.
Erasmus. P. Quattlebaum stated
Wow.
that this was a long-lost Flupengurkel. Again, not making that up. That was in the article. Real words on paper back in the Selena Journal.
What's his name again? Keep going.
He's not real. Erasmus?
No.
Dewey. His name was Ernest Alva Dewey.
Alva?
With a V.
Alva.
Dewey.
Dewey.
Okay. See, there he is, right there. Crap, Michael.
Sorry.
Stop doing that to me.
I'm so sorry. I'm just...
Okay, I'm sorry. So, before moving to Hutchinson Yep in 1924 from Lions, he was a publicist. He was a publicist also for a circus in his younger years, and he covered the Mexican Revolution as well. So, in 1952, he wrote about this with the help of this Quattlebaum character, saying that it was called a Flupengurkel, and that the Flupengurkel was the most extinct thing in Kansas that could have ever happened to be found. Something along those lines. You can get the article on newsarchives.com from the Selena Journal. It was written it's published November 23rd, 1952 on page 12. You can actually find the whole article, and it says, a monster turned out to be just one Flupengurkel. It's hilarious. So from the little bits that I could see from the news clipping, not only did he write about how, just insane, he just made it sound silly, but he also, just roasted this creature that didn't need it. He said that it was so stupid that it shouldn't even exist. It doesn't know how to eat, so it was only vegetarian. Said something else about him and Quattlebaum were talking about how no female Flupengurkel has ever existed. Ever. So at that rate, Sam didn't know that he shouldn't exist. And then they warned people not to get close to him, for this reason.
Jeez.
So they're like, yes, the Flupengurkel is real, but do not go near it because it doesn't know it's not supposed to exist anymore, so you'll get into pain.
So it doesn't know it's supposed to exist.
Supposedly.
Okay.
So in 1953, there's this one guy, Albert Neufeld. I'm sorry, I skipped over this. So after his article basically hits the Salina Journal, it blows up and it goes everywhere. It goes to multiple different states. It goes all over Kansas and it bleeds over to other states. To the point to where they go to this place called Section 27 in Kansas. I think it
that
might
sounds sciencey.
I think it could be a like a hunting area. Or
Probably.
something like that.
Probably. That sounds
And a bunch of people go out there, like hundreds of cars, to go see if they can see this monster. Monster never shows up. Some people start saying that they've seen it. They start giving it crazier and crazier dimensions, and it has a weird snake-like appearance with a scrunched-up face and a grin that doesn't look like a snake. It's got weird appendages, not appendages. It's got a weird-shaped head. It's got scales. It's smooth.
What?
Everything's changing. It's almost like everybody's having a case of a mass hysteria between everyone.
Yeah.
There's actually another guy. His name was Mill Pinner. He actually wrote a book called A Section 27 Century on a Family Farm. You can find it on Amazon. I couldn't find any free little snippets of it. I was hoping I could because I wanted to see if he made any notation of this happening, of these people being there. Apparently his daughter, did I write that part? I didn't write down his daughter's name. But his daughter had also gone to say that they did see people constantly coming up to the actual place over and over again. Okay. And that Mill Pinner guy wrote more books as well, not just that
sorry.
one.
I can see what his daughter's name right here is. It's
That's
Marchetta.
That's Dewey. That's Dewey.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's who was the writer of this.
Pinner was another guy.
My bad. Okay.
So Neufeld is the guy in 1953 that kind of tried to keep the story going after it kind of blew up in 1952. They got the tourism they wanted.
Yeah.
And then they either fizzled out or, he wanted to be a part of the story.
Okay.
So Albert Neufeld, with one of his buddies, says that he was out practicing with his rifle using Sam for target practice. He said that he was shooting at it.
It was just letting him shoot at it?
I don't know.
Hey, Sam.
So
mind if I
he was
practice?
he was beside this other guy, George Rager,
Okay.
who his own daughter called him the town rogue. So basically, they were both not the greatest guys.
Okay.
And Neufeld's family was not eager for the story to spread at all. They didn't want any part of it. So much so that Dr. Edward Neufeld, a retired psychologist, he was 16 at the time that his brother found it, supposedly. Like the one that has also seen it. He said, our family was embarrassed by the whole thing. They didn't want him talking about it whatsoever. His son, Albert's own son, would go on to say that he would retell the same story over and over again. And the son, and he also said that the monster would get longer and larger every single time.
Who is that they were talking about now?
That was Albert's son. So Albert Neufeld, the guy who shot at it, he basically kept retelling the story, trying to keep the story alive. And his own son was like, yeah, and then every time he tells it, he was like, it was this big, it was this
like when
big,
he caught his own,
it was this
caught a
big.
fish. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was wondering
oddly
how crazy
enough,
it would be.
Do you want to hear where the story gets a little weird?
Okay. Sure.
Oddly enough, there is another town called Kingman in Kansas.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Set my laptop down. In the 1960s, there was a small band of men put together to go hunt a snake-like creature 50 miles south of Inman.
Okay.
They said that it was about
The same
15
dimensions?
feet long and about as wide as a man.
What?
Yeah. I didn't really see too much on it other than that. Now, I don't know if they're just riding the hype and trying to pull people down to where Kingman was.
Possibility.
But, it's interesting.
You said 50 miles, though. That'd be a lot of caverns to connect from one end to the
crap,
other.
that's something I didn't even talk about. So, the Flupengurkel, supposedly, It lives in freshwater caves by itself because it's not supposed to exist. And also that leads to the reason why nobody has seen it until the sinkholes arrived. And then it pops up and it's like, I'm going to eat grass for the first time in forever because I'm a vegetarian. And there's no... Is there algae in caverns? How would it eat vegetarian? Also, the monster in Kingman apparently ate a cow.
Sounds fake.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, part of me wants to believe it is the aspirations of a demented man who was falling into stages of a dementia.
Well, he's not the one who first reported it, though. He was just the one who made it big. People in...
He wasn't the first one? I thought you said he was the first one to report it.
Nope. He was the first one to write a paper on it.
So who reported it first?
Two dudes fishing, supposedly, in 1952.
But he wrote the story. I thought you said he wrote it in... Oh, no, he wrote it in 1952 and then
In
died
November.
in 1953.
Yeah, he wrote it...
When was it reported?
It just says early 1952.
Okay,
So
we're
that, I
talking
mean,
the
by
mid-
that
the
time, it
beginning
could
of the-
all be made up. It could all be on him. Who knows?
He
But
could have said
supposedly-
he could have said this was reported by two people.
Yeah, but he was also in Hutchinson. He wasn't in Inman, where the
Yeah, but-
lake was, where the lakes had been drained out and the sinkholes started appearing.
But he could have heard about the sinkhole.
Yeah, but your first thought of that is, I can make a story. What was
Well-
his purpose of going to Inman? He lived in Hutchinson. Inman had a town of 500. What's the purpose of him writing a story about it?
I don't know. He's at
Unless-
the end of his life. He's got 3 months left to live.
Yeah, I know. I get that. But at the same point, though, why would it matter to him? Why wouldn't he write about his own town? Why wouldn't he write about Hutchinson?
Because there's not a big sinkhole over there.
Okay.
I know it's a jump, but I'm thinking, what if he has that kind of mind where it's what he goes for?
Yeah, I know. But my whole thing is the whole up and coming to Inman. Unless it was worked out somehow to where somebody specifically requested it.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, that's my thing about it. Okay, so that was Sinkhole Sam.
He was on main meat.
All right, so did you look at any other stuff while I was talking?
I was kind of enamored with what you were talking about and looking up the stuff about Ernest
Oh.
Alva
You were enamored with what I was talking about? Doesn't that mean like in love with what I was talking about?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure it does.
It was very interesting.
Yeah, it was good. It was.
It's a very interesting story. It's different than any other ones we've talked about.
It's weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
But so,
now,
I mean, to
now it kind
recap,
of makes me feel sad.
yeah, I mean, to recap real quick. So we have Ernest Alva Dewey made the story popular.
Yeah.
After a supposed report of two fishermen who are not named, I'm assuming? They're
No.
not named?
No.
So
And that's
not
what
named-
I was and that's what I was thinking was that at first they started the story off with Albert Neufeld and that that Rager guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought maybe those
Those
were
were
the
the
two that were
fishermen?
fishing, but then they're like, yeah, he came in 1953 and started shooting the thing.
Yeah.
So that happened way after the story.
So that's what I'm getting at. So what I'm thinking, and this is just me thinking out loud, what happened was Ernest Alva
What
Dewey,
had happened was
he's a writer, he's a journalist, he's a radio talk show host. He's been doing stuff all of his life, just entertainment, right?
yes.
He gets diagnosed with something. If we don't know what, it's a 3-month-old. He dies in 3 months after fighting with this illness.
Exactly.
My thought, probably tuberculosis. I don't know at what point we had a better survival rate for TB.
I don't know.
But at 1952, I think you can still pretty much die from it. I really don't know. I kept trying to find his cause of death, but couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
it just said a 3-month illness,
Yeah.
which strikingly goes with. I mean, he died in January,
Yeah.
November, December, January. Like that's pretty striking.
Yeah.
And
so he
odd.
would have wrote about it in November, or, and then he would have died right after. So maybe he was diagnosed with something, told you have 3 months left to live, and he wanted to make something that would make him remembered for a long period of time.
Maybe.
So he writes this story, builds up so much, and other people start kind of going after it the same way and trying to one-up each other with this story. Or, the crazier thing is,
It's all real.
Ernest Alva Dewey sees this thing or hears this story and writes every account from those two fishermen who reach out to him because he has the platform he does.
Or that. I mean, that's
What I'm saying. That's what happened. That could have been what happened too.
That's a crazier story. Okay. I found some more stuff about the Bayman or B-Man.
Well, now it's time for the little ones.
'Twould be time for the little ones.
Just don't step on it, so small. Oh. That one's still really funny too.
Yeah,
I really
that
like that one.
Oh, just so small.
I
don't want to smush them. They're so tiny.
So we have 3 monsters really. We have Bigfoot. I don't want to go over Bigfoot. We have 2.
We got 2. We're not doing Bigfoot.
It's
There. Bigfoot's there. Okay, it's gonna be there
every time.
Anywhere there is trees
in
Bigfoot.
darkness. In darkness.
Anytime there's nighttime, Bigfoot. Oh,
you made my whole apartment shake.
and I'm strong.
He's too strong.
Too strong for chair. Chair
So-
barely holds butt.
And we have a B-Man, which is it's spelled B-E-A man. It's basically like
Would
its
have
own
been
Bigfoot.
so much better if it was B-E-E man.
Although it would be very confusing with the actual B-Man, who is a swarm of living bees.
That's what I was getting at. It should have been that. It should
That would have been a really
B-Man.
cool cryptid.
Yeah,
that?
so I saw this man, and then he just dissolved in a bunch of stinging bees.
It was all bees.
Okay, so I found a whole cryptid wiki on the bee monster. Bay monster? Dad said when boys would get out of hand, they called out the Bayman monster. If you didn't behave, I never did see anything.
What now?
What?
What are you talking about?
So let's see here. Overview. I got an overview here from this is the cryptidsfandom.com. It's just basically little wikis that anybody can make.
Little wikis.
Okay, so the Bayman monster is from Kansas City. So Dad may have heard this.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's
That is
why we need to talk to
interesting.
him about it. Ooh, should we give him a call? And have him on the podcast?
If he wants to, call him.
I'll give him a call.
I'll talk a little bit more about this real quick.
I'll see if he wants to be on it.
So Russell Holman was an 81-year-old native of Sedalia, and he said the legend of the Bayman monster can be traced back to the 1900s. His father had told him a circus train got wrecked. I love this already.
What?
A circus train got wrecked in the year 1904. Several animals used to live... Oh, no. Several animals used in the circus shows were aboard. During the train crash, a 12-foot tall gorilla had escaped.
Whenever you
Excuse
went
me.
to Kansas City, did you ever hear anything weird about something called the B-Man?
Many people believe that the Bayman monster was really the offspring
B-Man or the
of
B-Man?
an escaped gorilla.
Okay. Apparently there's some sort of like Bigfoot over in Kansas City.
That was a big feat.
We're doing the podcast.
We're talking to
If you
Michael.
want to talk
Just I don't know if you guys can hear or not, but Michael is on the phone with Father. We're talking about
Kansas City.
we're talking about the Bayman. Bayman, B-Man. I can't still make my mind up about it. What did you just say?
Mom has a... You said an uncle? Did he ever see anything weird, or are you just telling me that you had an uncle that lived in Topeka? Ooh, I might have to send them something and see if they heard anything.
Sorry, we're still on the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. We'll have to look into that, maybe see something. Also,
Okay.
You're not allowed to talk to Lisa anymore. I'll talk to you about that later. Same thing. I'll talk to you guys
Oh
later.
no.
Bye.
Michael's gonna have to tell me something off air.
Yes.
So
Yes, I will.
So during the train crash, so I already know where this is going, and I've read like barely anything. There's
a
going to
train
be some
crash?
kind of gorilla person hybrid or gorilla crazy thing.
Okay, so
In 1904,
Yeah.
a circus train got wrecked, and several animals used in the circus shows were on board.
Okay.
During the train crash, a 12-foot tall gorilla had escaped. I don't think gorillas get that tall, first off. How
dang,
big do...
12 feet tall?
Yeah.
It's a tall
That's
gorilla.
massive, correct? So many believe that the Bayman monster was really the offspring of the escaped gorilla. So if it was the offspring, what did it have sex with?
Another gorilla?
But it was the only one.
Was it?
It says that it was, well, it says a 12-foot gorilla had escaped. So, like, would it be height, 59 inches at the highest?
1.7 meters.
Okay, that's why I was going with inches. So about 6 feet tall. It would be double the size.
Double the size?
That would be terrifying.
Okay, first off, if that thing exists, you don't need it to
You
have
don't need
sex
it to
with
be
anything else. That's the monster.
That would be the cryptid.
Well, it's funny that it's talking about a circus train crash. You remember the skunk ape?
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Didn't we talk about? We talked about there was a circus that was in Florida at that time, and they didn't wreck, but I thought, if I remember right, didn't they lose control of their animals or something happened and they lost a couple animals?
If I remember.
Or they set them loose?
I think so. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch it.
And that's kind of the origination of that.
What are we looking at? Time? Oh, crap. It's a really long one.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so I'm going to...
Well, let's blow through this next one. So, pterosaur is the same thing as the Van Meter monster, actually. And when I was looking things up for it, when you actually look up parts of Kansas, when I was looking up stuff about Alva Dewey, it was actually pulling up stuff about the Van Meter visitor and things of that nature. So it's very similar. It's just another like pterosaur-looking thing. They're saying it's a wingspan reaches about 11 feet, looks just like one of those big pterosaur things.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. They're talking about it being like the size of a real pterosaur, which a real pterosaur's wingspan is like 25 feet. They were talking about further down. They were talking about the great albatross, which had a 11 feet wingspan. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it was an actual. So the thing was, it was native to Kansas millions of years ago, from what they say.
So what people found? They
found bones of it,
and they were like, "This is still alive!
It's still alive! I've seen
Actually, holy crap! Could you imagine
seeing one?
Just no. I mean, finding that without the knowledge that we have now about dinosaurs. Mm-hmm. Imagine being the first person to find a dinosaur. You crap your pants.
A dinosaur bone
like
or
dinosaur, a full-on skeleton. Like if like
that'd be crazy.
Like if like water erosion had happened enough to where you can get to the layer where it was at. And then it looked like it just died.
Yeah, what if it? Yeah, just loose bones.
And it just died the other day.
And you're like, oh,
where am I?
Where is this?
where
it's still around.
Where is the death? And why is it screaming?
No, my first thought would be like, okay, it's so big. What killed it?
Oh yeah,
you know.
I hope old age.
Yeah, right. I hope old age killed this thing.
Okay, so
that's our three that we really had. We had the Sam.
Yep.
What's his name?
Sinkhole Sam.
Excuse me. Sinkhole Sam.
Coughed in my face, dude.
You got the Rona. I don't have that. I don't think I
there
can
were
get it.
Quite a few sightings of the stupid Bayman thing.
So, we had Sinkhole Sam.
Sinkhole Sam.
We had the Bayman. And we had the pterosaur, which doesn't really have a name. It's just called the pterosaur. I don't think they called it.
It's called its dinosaur name.
Its stage name.
It's not even. Yes. So
now the
Michael.
real question is.
Oh yeah.
Adam, the real question is what?
Is it real, or is it fake?
Is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? It's fake.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. That does get stuck in my head.
Does it really?
Yeah, I'll be like, I'll watch one of our videos, and then I'll do it once. I'll be like,
is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? I just love that I put that together with just your stupid audio that you did, and I didn't make any drum sets or anything for that. I literally found music that fit perfectly with
know what
your
that means?
cadence.
rhythm lives inside of me.
Rhythm's inside of you.
So
on a scale of 1 to 10.
Our beautiful scale here.
Oh, way too high.
Oh.
Scale of 1 to 10. Right here above our heads.
Our scale. Our scale right here.
Scale.
Is 1 on my side? Yeah, 1 over here.
Scale.
All the way to right? 1 is on my side.
1, I believe, is on your side. So 1 is fake as all get out. 10 is as real as...
The day is long.
The day is long.
Which is only about 6 to 12 hours.
Shut up. So...
Not very long.
Let's start off with...
That's not...
I've got the hiccups and I've got a cough.
You got hiccoughs.
Oh yeah, those are terrible. I actually saw it spelled that way one time on some subtitles. And it was really confusing.
It's spelled that way.
No, it's not.
Because the English language don't make sense.
It's not spelled that way.
So what? Some people just
It's
say
literally
they're called
spelled.
hiccough?
It's literally spelled hiccup.
Okay, so
H-I-C-C-U-P.
then why is it spelled hiccough?
It's not.
Who says hiccough?
I saw it spelled that way.
I did too.
It doesn't mean it's
so
right.
they're dead and it doesn't matter anymore.
Anyway, so
Dumb doctors.
Shut up.
Stupid
Sinkhole Sam.
PhD having.
Sinkhole Sam.
Dumb little monkey people.
1 to 10.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say out of the goodness of my heart and the fact that I hope that it wasn't dementia racking this man's brain, I would like to say 3.
I'm comfortable with 3.
I'm comfortable with 3.
If you were going to say 5, I was going to smack you.
No, I would like to say 3.
Okay.
But my gut also tells me...
It was a dementia-ridden old man, and he was going out of his mind?
No.
Okay.
Town of 500. Farmers and tradespeople.
What does... Unless they paid him?
Unless they paid him.
What if they paid him?
That's what I mean.
Wonder what his net worth was when he died.
Let's see, it was 1940s, so 2 nickels.
1952, dog.
Oh, yeah, 1952. He moved like the 1940s.
So,
does that mean... I didn't see anything about him going into the war or anything either, so he's a draft dodger.
No, it said he was a war veteran.
No, he said he was a veteran of the News Herald.
Oh, weird.
He was a veteran of his place. He worked there for 28 years.
I mean, he probably just got lucky with his draft. There were numbers that you could get.
Oh, jeez.
There were numbers that you could get that you would be lucky. Like if you got a number higher than like 350 to be called, you wouldn't be. There's sometimes you wouldn't be called.
Just making a joke.
Sorry. I don't like calling people
Also,
draft dodgers. That's kind of messed up.
I know.
I'm telling people that he didn't love his country.
I'm just kidding.
So he's a 3.
It's a 3. We're gonna say 3 for Sinkhole Sam. Good old. We
And what
cannot
about
put SS. Can we put up SS? We
can't. Only if I can put it
We'll
in
put
lightning
one
letters.
S. No.
No,
I
I
gotta stop
won't.
hitting this stupid mic.
So, Sinkhole Sam,
Trace.
3. We got the Bayman,
It's another stupid
the
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
It's definitely not no 15.
Okay, Kansas
12
City
foot.
though. It's been seen in Kansas City. It's a 12 feet tall gorilla. Sam Squinch has only been seen.
No,
actually,
it's
I mean, Sam
supposed
Squinch-
to. No, it's supposed to be the offspring of a 12-foot tall gorilla.
Also,
And
yeah.
also, I
What did it
did
have sex
see
with?
there was multiple accounts of witnesses.
I mean, but there's also multiple accounts of Sasquatch all the time.
So 4.
4.
I'm gonna say 4.
4.
Bigfoot, you stay where you go. We did you yesterday. We did you last time.
We're not even talking. We didn't talk about Bigfoot.
I know, but
Bigfoot's
he was
not even on
I
there.
know, but
Nope,
he was.
I
in
don't
the
care.
list.
I don't even. He's not on the list.
Okay.
I'm not going to put that in there.
He's gone.
I am not editing that.
Come on.
Fine.
Just like a small little
Yes.
BF, and then send it flying that way.
I'll do it.
Do a little FX.
Yes.
Yes.
He doesn't understand.
Pterosaur.
0.
Was it real? Was it real? 10. Yeah.
There's fossils.
There's a
of it.
fossil of a pterosaur.
Is it alive now?
Absolutely not.
No. You idiots. Stupid. Anybody that goes and says, no, for real, I saw a 25-foot wingspan pterosaur. Because it has to fly in the air where there's unobstruction
Yeah.
in the sky. If you want to get a video of it, it's like, oh, it's flying around. Darn it. Let me pull out my phone.
I can't believe that I don't have a camera on my...
Yeah, if you saw it now, it'd be a perfect picture because it'd be against the blue sky.
True. All right. So, there we go. We got a 3, got a 4,
And a 0.
and a 0. That way.
So that's it for Kansas.
That is it for the good old state of Kansas. That is it for the state of Kansas. Michael, what? Here we do it next week. Come on. Come on.
Pretty
What?
sure it's Louisiana.
Is there another K-State? There's not another...
Kentucky. We're going to do Kentucky. There's another K-State.
Yes, there is. Good old Kentucky. That's how they do talk in Kentucky.
So, yeah, I haven't looked into it. Don't know what's out there.
Same.
Hopefully there's some more different monsters, kind of like Sinkhole Sam. That'd be kind of fun
got
for us
Moonshine Stealer.
to do. We have racist Jim. I'm just kidding. I'm not saying people from Kentucky are racist. Just it always goes
Kansas
with
and
that.
Kentucky. And then, yes, after Kentucky, we are doing Louisiana.
Louisiana will be fun.
Probably. I would feel
Dirty
like
Cajun people.
dirty.
Isn't that what what's that? Who's that comedian that's doing that?
Tom Segura.
That's it, Tom Segura.
It was
I don't have anything against Cajun people. It's just pretty funny.
like, I can't believe you're just acting so Cajun.
It's so stupid.
Such a good... Anyways, but either way,
If
thanks
you
for
like our
stopping by.
videos,
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for watching.
If you want to go ahead, press that likety like button right here,
Give us a good old thumbs up.
or that subscribery button right
Do
here.
both.
We
Ring
got-
that bell.
We got our playlist that's going to show up right here.
Not on me. Up there.
I haven't seen it up there lately.
I've been putting it up there,
I didn't
stupid.
see it last time.
Well, maybe you need to open your eyes.
Okay, so it's going to be up there, but if
Yeah.
you don't see it, then it's going to be over Michael's chest
I
area.
can't put. I literally can't even put it there.
It shows up there at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
And then probably
And our-
something other else over
Our
my
middle
face.
goes here. Our little emblem.
Our little emblem, yes. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If
I
you
enjoyed
guys,
this one.
if you guys liked it, go ahead and
Yeah.
Hi,
Say it
Aries.
again.
No.
Yeah. Do it again.
no, I can't do that.
It's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day. I'm stuck in a loop. But yeah, if you liked it, that's cool. If you didn't, we're still gonna keep doing them because we think it's fun anyway.
Yeah.
And
Now
on
in-
that, we will see you in Kentucky next week.
Now enjoy some like Viking chanting. Bye.
What?
Oh.
Oh.